Do you ever get those moments that happen through life, and as you kind of become more aware and self-aware in your expansion, in your growth, and in where you're going, you're trying to better yourself every day, you're trying to do something that is more genuine and authentic to yourself and true to yourself. And sometimes in that, it is seeing things differently, okay? And there's always moments like this where it's like, "Oh, wow, I see. I understand now. I get it." And it's like these little nudges of God, if you wanna call it, the universe, your higher self, it doesn't matter, but it is very intuitive in nature, and then it's like your brain catches up where you see the layout, you see how it is. And maybe this whole entire time, what you thought is actually not. And it it continues to shift and happen. Like that's part of evolvement. That's part of growth. That's part of how we keep moving forward into more of our truer selves in having our sovereignty, but also knowing how to be kind and understanding, um, empathetic to an extent, um, having forgiveness and grace for others. Like all of these things play a role in how we want to be in the world and how we want to be towards others. Things become more and more intentional on the things that you do. And it's like one moment you're some kind of way. And then the next moment, after reflection, introspection, observation, you are like, wait, that's, you know what? That's not the way. This is not the choices that I should be making. And I should be making these kind of choices where it is more of the quote unquote right thing for me to do that keeps me in a space where I am being authentic and genuine, and also having all of the niceness and kindness and gratitude and the good positive portions of that put in. That doesn't mean um allowing somebody to run over you and take advantage of you. I mean, because you're aware, like you've reached this level of awareness that each choice and things that you do are intentional in where you place them. And then you move into that direction, right? You're going to move into that direction and say, this is what's right for me right now. This is what's right for me. This is what I feel like energetically should be done in the way that you give and the way that you treat others, and even in the circumstance that what is, and this could be what is helpful, right? Could be what is the positive. And then all of a sudden, you could reach a point again where you have to pivot, and through observation and information and intuition, you now realize, okay, now I have to adjust again because this is no longer right. This is no longer what it is. And then you do. And you keep moving forward and you keep going. I mean, nothing stops. And every little time you pivot and every little point you get to where you have to readjust, it is a part of your growth journey. And I do believe you become a better version of yourself. Every little minuscule of that is pouring into you more self awareness and reassurance. And it makes you stronger, it makes you resilient, It makes you where you can have understanding, and it begins no longer to hurt you in a way where you feel as though you're just in a space where the woe is me. Like, it gets easier and easier every time because of that understanding, because of that perspective. Hey, it is what it is kind of deal. There's no ill feelings, there's no whatever. You did this, you tried this, you pivoted. You did this, you tried this, you pivoted, you adjusted, and you keep moving on. Um People are people, and including myself and many others, like, people are fickle. And sometimes you don't even really realize you know, what is going on until it's going on. But I can say it gives more self-confidence in who you are when you know that you chose what you chose, and you chose it on 10 toes. You know what I mean? You chose it wholeheartedly. Whether you're misunderstood, misinterpreted, mistranslated, it doesn't matter because you know what you done. You know what you chose, and you know the intentions that you had behind that. And when they're good, because I'm sure there could be bad intentions and you would be aware of that. Don't lie to yourself. You know if you're doing something hateful or on purpose to whatever, you know it. Don't be in denial about it. But, for the most part, when you're doing something out of goodness and that's your intention, whether or not somebody else believes you or not, that is them, and it doesn't matter. Um, because you can feel good about yourself knowing that you knew that you were doing what was right, and you don't have to prove it. You don't have to argue about it. It doesn't have to be something where, I mean, we don't have to prove ourselves. We look and we observe, we gather the information, and we make our choice. Like, that is just what we do. That is how we should do. And come to an understanding that our choices are ours and their choices is theirs. And it doesn't matter what choices other people make. It is a reflection of who they are. It is the information that they are projecting out to give to you, just as where you're at and what you do is information about yourself on what you are giving to others. And I think for the most part, if it's a good thing, people will receive it in a good way. But it also matters the state of where that person's at, because if the frequency is not on a match or somewhere near, it might get mistranslated. It might get misinterpreted based off of frequency, based off the vibe, based off somebody's mindset, how they think, where they're at. And even in that is to be understood. I don't know. I'm just saying that we're all on a growth journey. Just grow in the way that is best for you, and hope that it is for the best of your situations and anything else that comes your way for the future, because we are trying to better ourselves. And sometimes it takes time, and it honestly becomes a little bit easier when you start practicing certain things all the time and it doesn't bother you. Letting go can be easy and peaceful and joyful.